Juan Pablo Montoya was born in Bogota, Colombia on the 20th of September 1975, where he was taught the techniques of karting from an early age by his father Pablo, an architect and motorsport enthusiast. Fast forward to the 1995 British Formula Vauxhall Championship, which was Montoya's first taste of racing outside of Colombia. He ended up winning the three races and finishing third in the championship. In 1996, he raced in the British Formula 3 with Vortec Motorsport, winning two races and finishing fifth in the championship point standings, as well as taking part in events in Zandvoort, Netherlands and Silverstone. Montoya got his opportunity to advance in motor racing career when he was hired as the RSM Marco team to compete alongside Craig Lowndes in the 1997 International Formula 3000 season. In the 10 races during this season, Montoya had 3 wins and 3 pole positions. He finished the rookie season second in the championship standings, just 1.5 points shy of taking the overall season title. During this time, Williams noticed his potential and invited him to a test with the team at Barcelona in Spain, alongside with 3 other drivers. Montoya was the fastest of them all, and he had Max Wilson were signed by Williams to be test drivers for the following season. Alongside his Formula 1 testing duties for Williams, he competed again in the Formula 3000 and took the title in a close contest between him and Nick Heidfeld, who was driving for McLaren's F3000 team. Frank Williams agreed a driver swap with kart team owner Chip Ganassi, in which Ganassi's 1997 and 1998 kart champion driver Alessandro Zanardi would return to Formula 1 and Montoya would take his place in the competitive American series. While Zanardi had a miserable year in Formula 1, Montoya, with Honda power and Reynard chassis at his disposal, took the American motorsport scene by storm. He took the 1999 title in his rookie year, something accomplished 6 years earlier by Formula 1 champion Nigel Mansell. In 2000, the Ganassi team switched to Toyota engines and Lola chassis. The package was strong for ovals and high-speed tracks, but was less suited to street and most road circuits. Toyota's engines were not yet reliable and often failed the team. Despite this, however, Montoya led more laps than anyone and took the maiden victory for a Toyota engine in the series, but he failed to finish in 40% of the races and was out of the contention for the championship. Over the weekend of the 2000 United States Grand Prix, Williams BMW announced a 2-year deal for Montoya partner Ralf Schumacher starting in 2001. The Colombian got off to one of the most unlucky starts to an F1 season, with 4 DNFs in the first 4 races, including 1 engine failure, a brake failure, crashing out in bad weather and getting taken out by Jos Verstappen. A very well fought second place in Spain got Montoya's first podium and first points of the season, but in the next 3 races the Colombian would pick up another 3 more DNFs. 9 races later, including 2 podiums and a fantastic win in Monza, but along with that were 4 more DNFs, so Montoya's rookie season in Formula 1 ended up with 1 win, 3 podiums, 3 pole positions, but a staggering 11 DNFs, which was well more than half of the races. In the 2002 Formula 1 season, Montoya was the best of the rest, as Ferrari's dominance left available no better place than third. Schumacher and Rubens Barrichello won 15 out of 17 races that year. Although he did not win a race, unlike Coulthard and his teammate Ralf Schumacher, Montoya was one of the few drivers to compete with Schumacher on the track. 2002 was a much more consistent season for Montoya, as he only had 4 DNFs, but that came from with the Colombian not adding to his win tally, but plenty more podiums, and he ended up finishing third in the championship. Going on to the 2003 season, bad luck for rivals and excellent on-track performances from the Colombian meant he was a title contender, particularly after a key victory at the German Grand Prix. Williams, however, were unable to keep pace with the latest developments from Ferrari, coupled with a mid-season amendment to tyre regulations that forced the Michelin-shod Williams, among others, to quickly make a new design to avoid being disqualified. With that, the Bridgestone-shod Ferraris returned from true form, Montoya failed to claim another victory that year. A drive-through penalty at the United States Grand Prix after a collision with Ferrari's Barrichello ended his title chances that season. He was indeed leading the final race in Japan when he had a hydraulic failure. Overall, he finished the season in third position in the Drivers' Championship on 82 points, only 11 points behind first place Schumacher. 2004, however, was a disappointing year for Montoya. His relationship with the team was strained throughout the season since both parties knew he would be leaving for McLaren team at the end of the year. Early season promise faded as the radical-looking tusked Williams initially lacked pace and both drivers were frequently left struggling to score points. Montoya then left the team on a high note by winning his last race with the team, the 2004 Brazilian Grand Prix, which was closely contested with future McLaren teammate Kimi Räikkönen. Overall, he finished the season in 5th position in the Drivers' Championship on 58 points, but considering the car he was driving, it was still a good season for Montoya. After driving for Williams for 4 full seasons, Montoya found the McLaren Mercedes car unpredictable, often claiming that it felt like a steering wheel was not attached to the rest of the car. He had to learn how to cope with a very nervous and oversteery car in these conditions, and after bad luck for his teammate, he scored his first victory for McLaren in the British Grand Prix and in the same conditions at the Italian Grand Prix. In the final stages of the season, it was clear that Montoya and his car were finally adapted to one another. In the last 7 Grand Prix, Montoya scored 3 wins, 2 poles and 5 podiums, and overall he finished 4th position in the Drivers' Championship on 60 points, almost half more points of his McLaren teammate Kimi Räikkönen. Montoya started his 2006 season learning that the 2005 F1 champion Fernando Alonso had been contracted by McLaren for the 2007 season. At the same time, McLaren did not take up their option on Montoya for 2007, while his teammate Kimi Räikkönen remained a free agent, although it was later revealed that Räikkönen had already signed with Ferrari for 2007 by the time Alonso had signed with McLaren for 2007 as well. During the first 3 races, Montoya consistently underperformed on the track, not managing to improve his position from the start at the Bahrain and Malaysian Grand Prix. The Canadian Grand Prix saw Montoya pull off a stunning overtaking move on Michael Schumacher on the opening lap, but contact with Nico Rosberg on the next lap and a mistake at the last corner resulted in Montoya hitting the wall and damaging the car, leading to retirement. Montoya's Formula 1 career effectively came to an end on July 9th when he announced in a public press conference from the US that he had signed a contract to run in the NASCAR series from 2007. On July 11, 2006, McLaren announced that Montoya would stop racing for the team with immediate effect. It was a very disappointing final season for Montoya in Formula 1. Overall, he finished 8th in the 2006 standings with only 26 points. The Colombian then spent 8 seasons in NASCAR after his exit from Formula 1, and there were a few rumours that he might have returned to F1, but none of those came to light. After his successful stint in NASCAR, Montoya moved to the IndyCar series, with his best season coming in 2015, finishing runner-up to Scott Dixon. During the 2016 season, it was reported the team Penske was looking at returning to top-level North American sports car racing in the International Motorsport Association WeatherTech Sports Car Championship, where Montoya stayed for 5 seasons and retired from all forms of motorsport after the 2020 season. There was no doubt that Montoya was a gifted driver, although he just was a bit too reckless at times when it came to his Formula 1 career, but he still will ever remain a fan favourite to many. So that is the end of this video studying the career of Juan Pablo Montoya, and if you did enjoy the content like this, then drop the video a like, why not subscribe and comment what you'd like to see next. But for me guys, I'll see you next time.